Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into Jeff Bezos, how he built this, empire with Amazon and even Blue Origin.
Yeah, it's quite a story.
Definitely. And we're not just recounting events, we've looked at the information. And the idea here is to pull out the core strategies, the why behind the billions.
Exactly. What really drove it all?
So our mission for you listening is simple. Get a quick, solid understanding of the key principles behind Bezos' success. Some real takeaways for business, for innovation, whatever your interest.
Let's do it. It's about dissecting the philosophy, the actual actions.
Okay, so foundational vision, let's start there. Our sources point to his background, right? Wall Street analyst sees the internet booming.
And it wasn't just, the internet's growing. He specifically saw its potential for retail.
The everything store concept.
That was the grand vision, yeah. But he didn't start there. The initial focus in 1994 was books, and that was deliberate.
Why books specifically?
Yeah.
Easier logistics.
Partly, yeah. Logistically simpler. But also, think about it. A massive selection that no physical store could ever match. Right away, it showed the internet's advantage over brick-and-mortar limitations.
Okay, so identifying that specific underserved need was the crucial first step.
Absolutely key. Spotting that nascent opportunity.
And that seems to flow right into this day one idea that keeps coming up in the material we reviewed, this refusal to get comfortable.
Exactly. Day one. It sounds simple, but it's profound. It means always thinking like a startup, staying hungry, innovating constantly, no matter how big you get.
Avoiding complacency.
Totally. And a real example, look at how they reinvested profits. Fiercely. Prioritizing growth, market share, building infrastructure.
Even when investors were yelling for profits sooner.
Right. That long-term perspective, sometimes flying in the face of short-term demands, was, fundamental. It took nerve.
That long view is really striking. And feeding into that, our analysis shows, was this obsessive focus on the customer. It wasn't just lip service, was it?
Not at all. Think about the actual innovations. One-click ordering. Personalized recommendations back when that was revolutionary. Super efficient delivery.
Making it easier, better for the customer.
Always. These weren't just features. They were about solving customer pain points, making the experience undeniably better. And that built incredible loyalty. Organic growth stemmed from that.
It became part of the company DNA, sounds like.
Deeply ingrained, yeah.
So with that strong customer base, they could then branch out. The sources highlight moving beyond just selling stuff online.
Yeah, and this is where you see Bezos' ability not just to enter markets, but to fundamentally disrupt or even create them. Amazon Web Services, AWS.
Right, the cloud computing giant.
Which started as an internal tool for their own massive infrastructure needs. They realized, hey, we're really good at this. Maybe others need it too.
And boom, a whole new massive business line.
Exactly. Revolutionized cloud computing. It shows that ability to see potential in unexpected places.
And what about acquisitions? The material mentions Zappos, Whole Foods.
Strategic moves, not random grabs. Zappos, for their customer service culture and footwear market. Whole Foods, for a major leap into physical retail and groceries.
So calculated plays to accelerate into new areas or gain specific expertise quickly. Buy versus build sometimes.
Precisely. It shows agility, knowing when to integrate rather than start from scratch.
Yeah. Okay, so we pull it all together. What's the winning formula here based on everything we've looked at?
Well, it looks like a combination, really. You've got that initial visionary idea, seeing the internet's potential early on. Then, relentless execution, just driving it forward. Add that deep, genuine customer obsession we talked about.
Right.
Layer on a commitment to the long-term strategy, even when unpopular. And finally, that day one culture of nonstop innovation and avoiding stagnation.
It's the interaction between all those.
Yeah, I think so. It's how these elements work together that really reshaped industries and, created enormous value.
So the big takeaway then seems to be Bezos' path really highlights the power of putting the customer first, thinking incredibly big, and just sticking to that long-term vision with intense focus.
That sums it up well. And it kind of leaves you thinking, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, consider how those principles, that day one urgency, that deep focus on who you're serving, how could you apply that in your own work, your own interests? What little gap or unmet need is out there right now waiting for someone to see it and pursue it with that same kind of long-haul vision and relentless drive?